Hi, Noah, Alani, and Jenna. Noah, Alani, I hope I'm saying your name right. Anyway, yes, this is Jackie from Blue Mountain Community College, and I'm responding to your question about finding some more information on Abigail Scott Duniway and her brother Harvey Scott, and their back and forth during the women's suffragist movement in Oregon here. And you asked specifically for some books, but I'm going to walk you through a couple resources that aren't books to make sure you have kind of a well-rounded collection of resources to draw upon. Noelani, I did check and I saw you have a library card number, so that's great because some of the materials we have, of course, are books, and you can request them through our system, and they will send them right up to the Helix Public Library. So you don't have to travel far, or Athena, wherever is easy for you. So I'm going to start by at our college homepage. So that is just bluecc.edu up here, and then we're going to click on Library. And I know way back in December I showed you this research guide. We're going to spend some time there, but first, since you asked for books, I'm going to show you how to use our library catalog. Now, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and do an advanced search because I want to show you some tools here. And there's a couple things that we can do. One is, right now, the default, since we entered into this search from Blue Mountain Community College's homepage, it is just going to search our library. But we can search all the libraries in the entire SAGE library system, which is 77 libraries in Eastern Oregon, and they all deliver. So you can request a book from, say, Baker or Columbia Gorge or, Harney County even, and they will send it to the Helix Public Library. Sometimes it does take up to a week, so just to let you know. You can also then just select Blue Mountain if you'd like. But I wouldn't do that right away. I would go ahead and keep it at SAGE, and you can go from there. You can limit it to items that are available, so if an item's checked out, it just won't show up, which is kind of nice sometimes for sorting. So, right now you didn't have any specific titles in mind. If you did, that's great. You can just put the title in here. But, I did a very super simple search just to start, just to see how it would come up. And of all things, I didn't put Oregon Women's Suffragist Movement. I didn't put Harvey Scott versus Abigail Scott Duniway. That sometimes overcomplicates a search because if your search terms don't match, it might not bring up things that would otherwise be found. So sometimes starting more simple is good because you'll get this wider net of things that you catch in, and then you can filter it a little bit. So you know what I did? I actually typed in Duniway. And I typed this in. This is kind of an unusual spelling of the name. This is a small collection limited, to a lot of Oregon stuff. So I thought, well, let me try that and see if that's good enough. And if it wasn't good enough, well, then I would add some things. I'd maybe add Abigail Duniway. I would add maybe Duniway and Oregon. I'd add Duniway and suffrage. So anyway, but I just hit search at that point. And so came up with only 30 results, which I think is actually pretty low, which is great because there's not a lot to look through, but hopefully not too low that we haven't found anything. So I'm going to scroll over here. Well, let me show you some things. One is, sorry, let's go back. If you wanted to change your search at any time, really easy, you just change it here, click search. If you wanted to just change your mind and you wanted to limit it just to, I don't know, things maybe at the Helix isn't listed here. They must be listed under a county library. Yes, okay, so they're under Umatilla. If you wanted to limit just Umatilla County libraries, you could do that as well. The other thing, you can limit by format. So if you knew you just wanted to see if we had DVDs or books, you can certainly do that. But anyway, scrolling down a little bit, just to point out, if you wanted just books, just DVDs, you could look there. There's also just a search term on Abigail Scott Duniway, which is kind of interesting as a personal author. So maybe these are books she's written. So just some other things to think about. So again, there's only 30 items. This one's kind of cool. This one was a video. So it looks like it was produced by OPB. That might actually be available online. I think I'll look for that for you and send it. Just going to opb.com, Oregon Public Broadcasting. and looking at our Oregon experience. But it looks like it's over in Weston too. So if you want to just drive over to Weston or have Weston ship it to Helix, you can do that. If you do find a book that you're interested in or a video, you can just go ahead and place hold. I think we can do that from here. Oh yeah, easy peasy. You can actually see I actually do have a an account already here, and it's already saved. So this is your library card number. It's on the back of your, not on the back, your student ID card. I'm sorry you didn't get one, but we mailed that to you. Noelani, I'm going to go ahead, just in case, I'm going to email you your library card number in case you don't have it. And I'm also going to set you up with a PIN number, which I'll include in the email. So just look for that and enter that in and log in, and then you can request the item and have it sent to, you'll see where the item is, and you can select to have it sent to Helix if you'd like as the pickup location. So anywho, so yeah, but there's quite a few. I mean, Rebel for Rights, Abigail Scott Duniway. We do actually have this here, so if you wanted to come down here, you know, and just come, we're open till 7 o'clock. We're also open on weekends from 1 to 5. In that case, just let me know and I can set them aside for you. But, you know, just click on the book. It gives you a little bit more information. Looks like quite a few people have it from anywhere. Athena Public Library has it. You could drive down to Athena even. That's kind of cool. All these locations have it. So again, you can request it or swing on down here or swing out to Athena. Might be closer for you actually. And again, that's something you can definitely do if you wanted to limit just to, you know, if Athena is close to you, scroll down to Umatilla County Public Libraries, and Athena and Helix are there. So out of curiosity, if I just click Athena, wow, there's 6 items just at Athena that match the search on Abigail Scott Duniway. So you might want to take a look here. Some of them, they don't say really clearly in the title that it is about Abigail Scott Duniway. So what you would do here, I mean, Women in Pacific Northwest History, yeah, you're probably going to find her in there pretty quickly. But this one seems a little further off, right? Visionaries, Mountain Men, and Empire Builders. When you find this book, take a look at the chapters. Take a look in the index at the back of the book and just look for her name, or look for Harvey Scott's name, or look for women's suffrage. And that will tell you what pages in the book address that topic. So that's the catalog. I hope it makes sense. So just I'm going to take a couple minutes here and look at some of our other resources. So I'm actually going to go back to our library homepage. So do you remember you went to bluecc.edu, clicked on library. We just did a catalog search, an advanced catalog search, and now we're going to go down to our research guides. So back in November, a million years ago, we looked at this LibGuide I created for National History Day. And you can see in the LibGuide that I have links to web resources, databases, Oregon-specific resources. So we're going to look at 2 things. We're going to look at the Oregon-specific resources and the databases. So we click here. What I want us to take a look at is 2 things. One is resources from the Oregon Historical Society, and actually embedded within the Oregon Historical Society is the Oregon Encyclopedia. So we'll look at that. And then also I'm going to point out, too, the historic Oregon newspapers. So starting with Oregon Historical Society, you can do a couple things. One is, this is their research library right here. I actually find it easier to come up here to explore Oregon history personally. You can also use the search tool here. I find that kind of strange. Actually, they have so many choices. And so this is the Oregon Encyclopedia, which you may have already used. I'm actually going to do an advanced search because I want to search not just the Oregon Encyclopedia. I also want to search anything that may have come up in the Oregon History Project. So I'm going to click here. And again, I did a very simple search. I just did Duniway. You can enter anything really that you like that is relevant. Just keep your search terms kind of more on the simple side. Don't write in complete sentences. That doesn't usually work well, but just think of your concepts. So if your concept is, you know, Harvey Scott and newspaper editor, or Harvey Scott and women's suffrage, try those concepts together, or Harvey Scott and just alone. But anyway, I just typed in Duniway. Same search. Because again, it wasn't that overwhelming. There was, oh, I know him. He's a librarian. There are just 37 results, which I personally don't find too overwhelming. But you could just click here, and you'll see some images, which is great because you have a documentary you need to make, right? And that covers some images of Abigail, a little bit of her story. And what's great is they take you to some further reading. And I think these are some of that we own. In fact, I know we have Rebel for Rights, and Yours for Liberty I think we have as well. This is from a newspaper article from the Oregon Historical Quarterly, and that's going to be the next step. I'm going to show you how to get into the Oregon Historical Quarterly, because that's your gold mine for finding a lot of resources. So really short entries, easy to find, but there's more information on her, her voting record. You can look at her, just other information, some other images that might be interesting. Just the large concept and large discussion about women's suffrage in Oregon might be really interesting. So anyway, and there's more pages to go for a total of 37 items. So I think it's pretty easy to find things. It's just not overcomplicating it. I might have to make you a second video. I'm looking at my time here, so you might get a second video on our JSTOR. So let me close this. And going back to, all the way back, I want to make sure you know how to get here, right? College homepage, so bluecc.edu. Clicked on library. We scroll down, if I can get my little thing to work here. Research guides, National History Day. We were just looking at Oregon-specific resources. We clicked on the Oregon Historical Society and searched at that top screen for the Oregon Encyclopedia. I also want to make sure you know how to get to historic Oregon newspapers. I'll show you this quickly, and then I'm going to show that last database, and that's that database that allows you to get into the Oregon Historical Quarterly. So, but the Oregon Historic newspapers are kind of exactly what it says. They're historic Oregon newspapers. They cover the Oregonian. They cover smaller newspapers. And again, you can limit by area. You can limit by time frame. So if you know most of the work that you want to discuss, the incidents took place, like say, I don't know, in 1908, you could certainly do that. You can limit by newspaper. So if you want to make sure you focus just on what was going on, say, in the capital in Salem, you could certainly do that. And you can probably see, just hold Control and click to pick several if you'd like to do that. But we want to look at all newspapers, I think. Similar thing, you can just do Dunaway. You can start doing Harvey Scott and Dunaway. You can start doing women's suffrage and Dunaway if you get too many. And again, you can limit by time frame. So, we might actually want things this late. Sometimes things are written about later on. But, you might, it certainly wasn't written about this far back because I think Abigail was born in 1836, right? So she wasn't even alive, so that's not really useful. Let's say she started being active when she was 20 years old. And then say we wanted to just go to, maybe 100-year time span's good enough. And then you would just scroll down here and hit search. And what's kind of cool is, okay, so this was that's a pretty big result. So you might find yourself wanting to limit a little bit and refine your search, to maybe city or something like that. But you just see the paper exactly how it showed up. And so we can see this is from the Morning Oregonian from, 1915. I think she died then approximately. Here's the Oregon Daily Journal from 1906. So you can get some dates in mind here. The St. Helens Mist. St. Helens is a small town west of Portland. But anyway, I'm just going to click here. And what you do is, you can get a PDF of this article, which is kind of cool. But you can just kind of scroll down and see the entire article. Zoom in, get a little bit more, which is kind of cool. And, my screen's a little bit off, but read it just right there. I'm going to narrow this down a little bit. But also, as I mentioned, you can just get a PDF of the page as well, which is kind of cool. Might be easier to read. And you can then print it and that sort of thing. So your print features, your download features will all be right there. So I hope that makes sense. This was a long video. I'm going to make one more, like I said, just to cover the JSTOR database. And then you should be set. So I hope, and ready to explore. So so here's this one, and yeah, just click through and definitely take a look at the second one because there's some really good stuff in Oregon Historical Quarterly on this topic. So, and they're written by historians. So very helpful. Get the historian point of view. All right. Stay tuned.